Let me. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, from wherever you are watching this live from. I'm Walk Africa here, and I don't usually do these live streaming, but for the ones who are new, we have just joined the channel. I think you want to see who's Walk Africa, because in most of my videos, you don't see my face. So this is Walk Africa. I think you now know me. Now we're gonna just chat about. We're chat right. We're just gonna chat about is Johannesburg safe for tourism, for tourists? I've been asked that question many times in some videos on the comments. So I'm here to like answer those questions. I will try my best to give my best opinions, advices, since I've been like someone who's been just like going around traveling at the country. So anyway, if you are just joining, hi. Let me just give some greetings first of all before I start talking. You've got about 9 guys who are here. Hello, Sida, how are you? Everyone who is here, greetings to you all. Like I'll just start like saying good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending from where you're watching this live from, because we are from different countries. All right, let's chat about, because this video, I'm gonna just let it there. Many people are just gonna be watching it after the live. Doesn't matter how many people is gonna be here for now, but even after the live, because I'm not going to be that long here, you'll be able to watch, you'll be able to see my message. Let's chat about how safe is it in Johannesburg, or say in South Africa and in Johannesburg to be particular, because this is the area that has been mostly asked by so many guys from out there who wants to come and visit South Africa. Guys, can you hear me properly? Can you hear me properly, first of all, before I say anything? Because this is something, if you can hear me, just raise your hand. Let me know if you can hear me properly, because it will be no point of having this live when you cannot hear me. Can someone just, hi, Rob. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the comments down below if you can hear me, so that we can continue with our live. Can you? Okay, thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Dara. Thank you so much. All right, let's chat about this, because guys have been asking me, and I think I've got so much experience of, I mean, this is just going to be my opinion. I'm not going to give you something that is based on stats, on what they say. I'm going to give you what I have experienced myself when I'm traveling around South Africa. So let's just try to connect again. My network is not doing well. I don't know, it's my Wi-Fi is not working. Let me just try reconnect it. Let me just try reconnecting this Wi-Fi. Okay. Let's hope I won't be buffering again. So yeah, guys, like I'm saying, Johannesburg is known to be a very dangerous area. But guys, there are people who are there. There are people who are always in Johannesburg CBD, who are coming every day, every day to come and, sorry guys, I think I lost my network. We have lost some people there. They will come and rejoin. In Johannesburg, we have got a lot of people who are there, and they are from different countries. There are different nationalities that is found in Johannesburg. You can name it. Different African countries, from different countries, Europe, Asia, and all that. But mostly African countries, especially in Joburg CBD. Those are the ones who are operating a lot of business around there. So the city is really, really, really crowded. The pavements, people are selling in the pavements. I can't say, I don't want to be like I go against them that much, but somehow it gives, I don't know, we people that don't have good area to walk, if those areas were a little bit clear, guys, my kid is just calling me. I'm on live, baby. Ne? Okay. Let me just finish the slide. We'll talk. So, like I'm saying, guys, the streets, the pavements, it's all hawkers there. You know, I think this renders to, I mean, when you're walking, you don't feel okay. There's a probability that you can get marked because of how things are there. I think if that could be cleared, I'm not against the people who are selling, but they have got to be like, given places where they can just go and do whatever they'll be doing, whatever they'll be selling. Now, because of this, you see the places, the areas are very crowded, and the possibilities of mugging or pickpocketing. I think you've been watching many of my videos when I'm doing my vlogs, walking, squeezed in people, in those pavements. So you see that it's, the thing is, yes, Johannesburg is dangerous. Is it safe for a tourist? Well, depends. My answer is, from my own opinion, from my own observations, it depends with you as a tourist. What do you have on you when you're walking those streets? What I would advise is, when you're walking the streets of Johannesburg, especially on those areas where there is a lot of people, make sure when you have got your backpack, put it in front of you, carry it in front of you, where you can see it, where it's protected, and that you're only just avoiding pickpocketing, not mugging. Mugging, actually, it's something. Hey, my kid. Just a moment. Unana. Unana. Okay. Sorry for that, guys. Sorry for that. I've got my kids around here. It's a weekend anyway. Everybody's here. But yeah, that's what I've been just saying, guys. Carry your bag in front of you. It's very important. You don't have to carry your backpack at your back. It's very possible that someone can just come with a razor blade. You won't even feel it. They'll cut your bag and then they'll take everything that is from inside. That is just pickpocketing. There is mugging, whereby you see people will just come, especially in the pavements, when you're walking on the pavements. The gang will just come by your back and chokehold you. That thing just happens all of a sudden, in front of people, in front of everybody, and the community, they don't. I've been asked this question: why is it that you get mugged at broad daylight, and then the community people that are just watching, they don't interfere? I think it's mostly because they fear, because the gangs, they're always operating in those areas, up and down, and they're, in most cases, they are carrying some, they're armed. They might be having knives and these other things, So the community are afraid of that. But if they could, the community, if they could just erase that thing to say, we mustn't stop this, I think that criminality, that criminal element will be killed, because it's because people, they don't get involved when someone is getting mugged, and that really pisses me off. It makes me angry, because if we could, as a community, when we see something like that happening and then we get involved, like I've heard in so many other countries, that's what they do. When someone is getting mugged in front of people, they'll stone you to death. But here, it's not like they just watch you. And there are many people. Imagine you are getting mugged with about 5 people, all right? And as a community, there are more than 1,000 people who are watching that. You could easily take on those guys, even if they are armed. But it doesn't happen. It simply doesn't happen. That's what makes me very crazy. And there are securities, especially like now, so many security people have been deployed in the city of Johannesburg. As for now, there's some great improvements, and the police are up and down. But you see, the thing is, these gangs, they are clever how they operate. They know there is a police there. They know there is security there. So they know where they operate. So you must be very alert when you're walking in Johannesburg. You don't just have to look forward in front of you alone. You must check your forward, your sideways, your backwards, but don't do this. These are my tips, all right, from my own experience. Don't do this to alert them that it's like you are afraid that you're going to. This raise and how can I put it? It's like you're telling them you've got something on you that you're afraid that they'll take from you. Because if it's someone you don't have anything, there's no need for you to be looking like suspicious. You are afraid of getting mugged. You can only be afraid of getting mugged because you have something on you. So what is my advice actually when you're in Johannesburg as a tourist? Actually, it's only not as a tourist alone, because everyone, you can be a local, someone who's coming from here in South Africa, or someone who's coming from another country who's, here in Africa. The thing is, don't just carry valuables if you are not, if you are really not used to the area, unless if you know the area well. Don't carry valuables. If you carry a phone, don't carry a phone that is that more expensive. Carry just a phone. If something happens, you can communicate with your people. Just carry something that is just simple, something that you don't worry about if they take away from you. You understand? That is one more very important thing, because I tell you, when you walk around Johannesburg, especially the CBD, where it is very crowded, in those streets that I've been showing you, the streets where you see is very, very, very crowded. Pickpocketing is very rife, and also mugging, but mostly pickpocketing in those, very crowded areas. Pickpocketing is very rife. So that's the reason why when you're walking in people, you put your bag on front of you, just for in case of those things happens. Right. So yeah, those are the things that you just need to be very careful about. Like I've been saying, if you are a tourist, don't bring any valuables when you are in Johannesburg, unless maybe if you are a group, unless maybe if you trust you can defend yourself. And again, I would say if something like that does happen, and then they come to you, they point some dangerous weapons on you, they demand something from you, just give. There's no need for you fighting with them, because these guys, they are really dangerous. They'll just get rid of you. So they demand what they demand, just give them. Unless if you know you are capable of defending yourself. Unless if you know you are very capable of defending yourself. But if you just know you are not, your life is more important than trying to fight them not to take your money or not to take anything, because money you can work another money, you can work another phone, you could work for another whatever, clothes, So this is Johannesburg. And Johannesburg downtown, let's talk about the Johannesburg downtown. When you're in the downtown, those areas, they're kind of, it doesn't have many people. You might be walking on the street, and you find you're not many when you're walking there. Those places can be also dangerous. In many ways, that's where real mugging does happen. When they do you have to, like they have got dangerous weapons. They'll just come to you as many. You don't know even where they're coming from. One person can come in front of you, you think maybe it's only one person who is confronting you, but already there are many dozens of them. They will just come like that in a mob, just like that, and that's it. So don't fight those people, especially those ones. Don't fight them back. Just give them what they want, and then you are gone. And for those who have been asking also, Johannesburg, when you have seen, I've posted a certain video whereby I was being stalked. And I don't know if you guys have been watching that, because there are new audience here. You've watched that video, and I need to explain what that video is all about, because I've been asked so many questions and say, you're not explaining well on that shot. Remember that shot, when I did that shot, it's a shot, so I'll try in everything just to bring it in a 1 minute. it's not so easy for you to see everything that was happening in that 1 minute. So I tried to cut it, and I tried even to bring closer the woman, the lady, when she was talking. I tried to to bring closer, but it's not happening on the longer video. The longer video at least shows exactly what's happening when you look very clear. I mean, very closely the turnarounds that was done, and I only saw that type of thing when I had reached around that taxi rank. That's the time that I decided, no, I should leave this area. Those people, they stalked me all the way from Park Station, Park Station, downtown, until to TMTN, to those areas that I was watching them. I could see them. That girl would appear and disappear, and then the last time that I saw her is the time when she appeared again. Then I knew something is really something is just bad. So I had to leave because I don't know what was going on, what was going to happen. Were these people armed? Were they having? Because this girl, she showed me she was so brave, and she was so desperate. She didn't know what to do because the areas that I was, I think, it was mostly because of this taxi rank that was near. Again, I would advise you guys as a tourist or someone who's coming to Johannesburg, if something like that does happen, play very, very closely to the taxi ranks. If something does happen, if you see something that is not going well, if you see people that you just notice every time and again, they are always somewhere there near you. You've seen them, maybe you've been in different streets, twice, thrice changing, but you still see the same people. Get in their shop, check again. If those same people appear, then you know something is not right. Get into your taxi rank, take your time there, and those Tutsis or those gangs, they don't usually come near the taxi ranks. They don't do any fuck all there in the taxi ranks, because why? The reason here in South Africa, the taxi association, they don't play with that. They are armed. Those people, even in the ranks, they are armed. The taxi drivers, the tax marshals, the rank marshals, they are armed, and they don't want anything to do with their commuters. They actually protect them like badly. Those are the only people who are feared by the gangs here in South Africa. I wonder, gangs fear taxi association like crazy. So when you see something like that, just get in a taxi, right? Maybe if you are someone who doesn't know what is happening, just sorry for that. Just tell the tax marshal, the rank marshals what's happening. If there are people who are trailing them, just tell them what's happening. They will look after you. That's a promise. So let's chat again about other areas that is not Johannesburg. People here have seen that video and they think Johannesburg is as dirty as all is that. There are places, very good places, guys. I've shown that on the video. The thing is, I don't want just to do some videos whereby I only just do nice places and then I don't do the bad places. I'm trying to mix here so that you know exactly what's happening in South Africa. So I'm taking a mixture of bad and the good, so you know exactly and what to do and what not to do. So it's no point of just saying, come, the place is nice, it's like this, and then when you get to a place, you are not vigilant, you get mad. It's not a good thing. That's the reason why I do the bad and the good, so that I show you everything. This I'm saying for you guys who are new here. Sorry guys, I'll get to your comments later on after saying this. I don't know, I've got this flu that is coming. It's hot in this area, so it's like my chest is closing. Yeah, so that is the thing. When you're around, I was talking about the good and bad. Johannesburg has got nice places, I'm telling you. If you check on my channel, there's videos that I've been just like trying to show the nice places and all that. Right there in Johannesburg, even cleaner. Even if you walk in near Carlton Center, you go in the main street, you go down with Main Street, you go to those especially to those areas that is got the bank's headquarters, the Standard Bank headquarters is there. Those areas are very smart and they're neat. Even if you go to some areas like what is this area where there is the near there the university? What's that area by the way? Okay. Brownfontein. If you go to Brownfontein is looking good as well. It's really nice there. And then in some other areas as such. But out of Johannesburg, we have got Rosebank. We have got out of Johannesburg CBD, we've got areas like Rosebank, like Sandton City, like Melrose Arc. There are plenty of nice places in South Africa that you won't believe that you're in South Africa. You won't believe it's like that city that you've seen. But I'm not happy, to be honest, about what I see in Johannesburg when it comes to dirtiness. They've been trying to improve this, but it's not just good enough. And this I also blame on people. I also blame on people who who are always the locals, who are always there in Johannesburg. They are not taking care of the city themselves. They're the one who are littering around. Sometimes, you need to take, I think, this is my own opinion. You need to take the responsibilities into our own hands. If we see the government is not working good enough, take the responsibilities into your own hands. Clean the place. Clean where you are. I know some of you guys, you'll be watching, the ones who are working there on the pavements. Clean the places. Where you're working, it's important just to clean. Pick up your papers because, it's junk. It's really junk there. They try to clean there and there, but still the dirty comes back. I've shown people cleaning in Johannesburg, but later on you come the following day, that junk still is there. It really is not good. So that is about Johannesburg, right? And then you guys, you've been also asking, where is about Durban? You've asked about Durban. So I'm here also to tell you about Durban. I've got some videos there. You can also go watch some of the videos that I've done in Durban, in different areas. I've done the CBD, I've done the west part of Durban in the CBD. And you always see the CBDs are not working right, especially when it comes to these cities. So I've done the CBD, and I've done the suburbs, and the good areas around in Durban. So you also the beaches, the different beaches in Durban. You will see Durban South Beach. Durban South Beach was one of the best beaches ever in the time in the time back, right? One of the best beaches, but it's kind of now, as I've just noticed, it's a little bit neglected. It's no longer the way it used to be. But anyway, most people, they go there, they enjoy that beach can really like fill up thousands of people, especially if it's holidays and all that stuff. And also these other beaches that is lining from where is this this place, by the way? I can't remember it where. All those beaches that is lining from Durban Beach North, going to the it's that casino, Suncoast Casino. There is a beach there, but unfortunately, that beach was very, very nice. I remember when I visited, but I never did a video when it was looking very nice by them. I think when the floods happened, it destroyed a lot of things. That's why maybe it is what it is. Now, we are all. I'm saying all this. I want to talk about this. The safety. Is it safe to be in Johannesburg? What should you do when you're in Johannesburg? Which areas that you should avoid when you're in Durban? We're talking of Durban, right? So I just want to give my opinion, guys. I'll read your comments in a moment. Let me just finish what I'm saying before I start reading your comments. In Durban, the places that doesn't look good, the places that's kind of really dangerous, is the CBD. Those very, 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 very busy areas, busy streets with people, the CBD. To me, I've seen things happening there. The mugging is just the same as in Johannesburg. It's the same thing. The pickpocketing, it's just the same. Just the same, on those busy roads. So you just need to behave the same as what I told you what you should do in Johannesburg. It's the same thing that you should also do when you are in Durban. Just make sure you don't carry your valuables. Make sure you leave it in a hotel. And when you are having a hotel in Durban, because Durban is quite a visited area by tourists, because it's a city that is very close to the ocean, and people loves water. So this is the reason why they come. A lot of tourists come to Durban. So most of the hotels, sometimes if you come during the holidays, they are they're fully booked. So make sure you book your hotel in time. There are some of you guys who will be like, okay, let me book a hotel maybe for 1 day, for 2 days, an expensive hotel, and then after that I'll look for another hotel, and then book that hotel. Now let's talk about those hotels. There are hotels that is safe. There are hotels that is not safe. I remember I went in Durban sometime 2 years back. Me and my family, it was me and my wife, a hotel, I can't say it by name, that is very close to South Beach. We booked a room there. After we had our thing, had our fun for the day, we came back to our hotel room. We're very tired, so we went to sleep a little bit earlier. I think that was around 10 o'clock, after me editing my videos and all that stuff. I put my camera there on those hotel tables, all right. After putting my camera there and everything else, took off the clothes and everything, put them there on that table. All right, we went to sleep. It was hot, so we were like no clothes and on top of the blankets. As we were sleeping, something happened. I heard a noise in the house, and both me and my wife, we heard that noise. So it was something that fell from the table that made that noise. And it was a glass that fell from the table. So we woke up all of abruptly, But when you're from a deep sleep, you'll be like, you're confused. You don't take it. You don't understand what's happening. So I was lucky enough. I got away very, very like immediately. I saw this guy. He's on the door. The door is open, but he's down. He's lying down. He's not standing. He's lying down. So he was trying to pull the trousers from far away from the door, from the door, using a wire or something like that. He was trying to pull it. He was sleeping on the floor. Sleeping on the floor, guys. Can you imagine that tactic? And the door is open. How he opened, I don't know. I don't know whether they operate with the owners of those hotels or what. I don't know. But he managed to open the door without breaking it. They just use their, I think it's a master key, the one that they use in all doors at that hotel. So when that happened, something fell. That's how lucky we were. If that glass didn't fall down, it was to clear us off the wallets, our cameras and everything. It was going to clear us off, even our clothes, So the moment I saw that, I woke up and I ran to him like crazy. He stood and started to run in the corridors of that hotel. I was just putting my underwear, and I ran after him. Guys, to be honest, I ran after him. I chased him in that hotel, and until I grabbed him, I got him. I totally got him. He was trying to climb. He knew well. It was just only one guy. He knew well what he was doing, the way he was operating. Lucky enough, it was one man. So as he tried to climb some stairs, that's where I got him. And I torn his trousers at the back, because that's where I grabbed his trousers. And from that, because he was that momentum of trying to escape me, toward the old trousers that he was putting on. So from there, I came with him, saying, I want to call the police. And then he started to explain and say, no, it's a mistake. I didn't know. I thought it was my room, the one that I booked. I said, your room, but you're pulling things up. You're pulling stuff. I said, I'm drunk. I don't know what I'm doing. Crazy. So I went with this guy to that, what do you call it? To those guys there who are responsible. and all of a sudden his other mates appeared, and that other mate was like, he's saying that guy is his son. He was an older guy, very big. He was big, and he said it was his son. That guy was trying to take things from me. So he's apologizing on behalf of the son. And all of a sudden started beating him, like crazy. Say, hey, why are you doing that? This and that, this and that. But I think it was just a cover up, knowing that now these people, they got us. He apologized as many times as he pleaded not me to call the police, and said he's going to pay off if there is anything that he had taken. Well, he hadn't taken anything. With the beatings that he gave him, it was like it's genuine that guy is his son, but I didn't believe a thing about it. So I'm saying this from experience, so it's things that you should be aware of. There are those cheap hotels, the hotels that you say cheap. We only got these hotels because they were fully booked. I didn't book on time. I'm someone who is like, when I'm going to Durban, I just go, and then I book a hotel when I'm there, anytime, because I know the place very well, But that time, I was mistaken, because I went there, it was a holiday, and everywhere the better hotels, better cheap hotels, okay hotels were fully booked. So I had to choose, and that hotel by that time, how much was it? It was about 250, 300 around a room a night. They are not safe. They are not safe. So you must be careful. If you happen to book those hotels, make sure that you're aware. Take your belongings, lock them somewhere where you see if they come in, they won't just reach your belongings whilst you're sleeping. So those are the hotels. You must check which hotel you're booking into, and don't be too stingy to get a better hotel. In Durban, you can there is this Sun one. It's a better hotel. I think it's costing 600 a night, if I'm not mistaken. There are so many hotels along the beach that is okay as well. Some guest houses that is okay. Well, just check on them. You get a better hotel. And from experience, I think this is the thing that I think is not safe when it comes to Durban. So be careful about that when you go to Durban. But otherwise, do you want to visit good places? There are plenty good places there. You can enjoy your life out there a lot. You can go to, there is this place that was my first time to go to. I was so amazed and I was surprised. In KZN, it's not far away from Durban. It's called Balito. I went there. I've got a video about Balito there. It's quite, I would say, it's a baby Cape Town. It looks like Cape Town when you are there. It's nice. It really is nice. But the area is it's for the rich. And also Umhlanga. I've been to Umhlanga. I think I've shown you even the suburbs. There is a video, about 3 videos I've done there. The beaches, the Bluff. I've done Bluff as well. I've done the beaches of Bluff. But unfortunately, I think the waves there, they are just crazy. The waves, it's crazy. The Bluff. I've done the Blue Lagoon. I've done all the beaches. So if you want to go check, you can go check on this channel, so that you know where to go to, you know where to visit when you're in Durban. Balito, you will really enjoy there, but I think when you are booking some of those areas, they're a little bit expensive. Mhlanga as well, they're a little bit expensive. And to answer a certain question, one of you of the guys who was also asking me, where can I stay when I'm in Durban? Better places that I can stay. I don't know, rent. Morningside was one of my best areas that I saw. That is reasonable. Okay, the other areas like Umhlanga and those other areas, they're a little bit expensive, I think. But Morningside, I can say it's in between. It's expensive. It's just okay. It's a good place that you can live. That is about Durban, guys. You should visit. Now, we are still on this. How safe is South Africa? Talking from my experience. Let's go to Cape Town. All right, I've been in Cape Town, and I've been harassed in some areas. It's crazy. I've been harassed in some areas in Cape Town, but Cape Town is a place that we know it's all tourists. Tourism is booming in that area, but I was kind of harassed. I was walking. Let me just relate the story. I was walking in Long Street. There is a street in Cape Town that they call Long Street. That Long Street, people, they don't sleep. It's a nightlife street. You know, there's all the restaurants, all the nightclubs in that same street. People, they don't sleep in that street. And there are also some there's also some, what do you call it, some apartments, booking hotels and all the stuff along that street. People, they go and enjoy, they just come back to their waters and sleep. If you are someone who enjoys nightlife. So if you're someone who enjoys nightlife, go to Long Street. Now, I was walking on that street, and it was my first day actually. I was walking on that street. It was a little bit late. It wasn't late actually, but it was a little bit late. If I can't remember, I can't recall it well. I'm walking on this street, so I'm meeting these ladies. They're standing on the street. By then, I don't know what those ladies are doing. I don't know. I'm just like, maybe someone is from an office taking some cigarette. It's just, when you are working in an office, sometimes you just need to go out there and take a cigarette, take some puffs, and you go back into your office. So it was something that I thought that's what was happening. You understand? And I would see these ladies, they are just like lined up in that street. They are lined up in that street. So I'm busy with I'm with my camera. My camera is just in front of me. I'm busy vlogging. I don't know what's what. I'm just enjoying Long Street because it's a real great area. Some of the people, they don't mind about that. Then I reached this group. They started saying, "Hey, nango munyu." It means here's another one. Yes, Vidoration. Meaning he's taking a video of us. What are these people talking about now? I say, hey, you're busy with us. I say, no, I'm not busy with you guys. I'm busy with myself. I'm busy vlogging on the street. That's all I'm doing. I'm not busy with you. You can see I've started my vlog all the way from where I'm coming from. How can you say I'm busy with you? I say, hey, you're busy with that. That's when I realized, the moment they started saying that, I realized, they're the street ladies. So they don't want that type of a thing. But unfortunately, they were already there in my camera, and already they are now attacking me. And there's this guy now, I think he's with them. He's a guy. He approaches me. Sorry guys, it's my kid. Una. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go take your biscuits. Sorry about that, guys. I've got my daughter who is just like something. So these people, they are now teaming up at that moment. I can see some, they're coming from that side, some they're coming from that side. It's ladies coming from, I could see now, the hell is about to break loose here. And they're saying, hey, they're now talking about my camera now and all that stuff. So I became a little bit rude, and I decided, no, I have to stand here, because if I don't, they might take advantage of that, of my weakness. So I stood up, and from there I started walking away. You see, that's how they just let me go. But they wanted to, like crazy. That video is there. I've shot that video when they were trying to do something like that. I've got that video there of Cape Town. But other than that, there's nothing else bad that I met in Cape Town. So from what I heard, from what other people they say, there are places whereby you can go. There are places whereby you mustn't go in Cape Town. You can go to some other areas that is highly, very risky, like the locations like Kaelicha and those other areas. As a tourist, I'm talking going there as a tourist. I wanted to go there. Actually, when I was in Cape Town, let me relate another story again. I wanted to go there in Kaelicha to do a certain video, but anyway, I didn't want to use public transport to go to Kaelicha and do what I wanted to do there. I wanted to use the red, what do you call it? The red sightseeing company the sightseeing company in Cape Town. So usually when you are going to the locations like that, you know, to townships, they usually provide you with a mini bus. It's not a bus that goes there. So there are very few people who, as tourists, who like to go and explore there. So when I get into that, I was the only one who had booked to go at that time anyway, to go to the to go to that township. So these guys, the driver and this other guy of that minibus told me, no, I can't go vlog. I mustn't go with a camera. I mustn't shoot when I'm there. Then I said, I booked to go there. So what's the point of me booking? What's the point of me booking this trip if I'm not going to vlog? Because I want to vlog there. I want to show people what Kaelisha is all about. You know. So they said, no, it's very risky. We cannot do that. We will end up getting in trouble. Even us. These people end up saying, why did you bring people here? We were filming Kaelisha and all that stuff. And I said, no, if you go there filming Kaelisha in a negative way, of course. But when I film a place, I'm not filming about negative things. I'm only filming about positive, how people are living even in those, you know, less privileged areas as my kid. What I'm telling you, let me just finish what I'm doing here. These kids. All right. So yeah, that's what happened there. Was supposed to go there just to film something positive about Kaelisha, so that you can see the less privileged areas. How do they look like? How are they living? So they actually didn't give me that honor. Then I said, no, there's no point. And you know, we were driving by that time all the way from Waterfront. Now we are around right in the middle of the city. Then they said, no, you cannot. Then I said, no point. So there's no point of me going there, because I already know Kaelisha have been there without a camera. So there's no point. If I'm not going to film, take me back and refund me. So they took me back to the offices, and we're now fighting with these guys and said, what's the point? I'm just going to vlog. And they're saying, no, you cannot vlog there. You know. Then I say to those guys there, that office is the red sightseeing. You can refine me or either give me another area that I can go, because there's no point for me going there. What I do is I document when I'm doing my travels. So going there without documenting, there's no point. It's a waste of my money. That's how I stopped. So all this is advocating to this is to say the area is not that safe. It's not safe at all as a tourist. This is that's the message they were trying to get to me, right? But not as my own experience, but that's the message they were trying to give me and say, you go there, you either go by yourself and risk it by yourself. So at the end of the day, I decided, no, I should either go there by myself, or maybe I've got some few friends there in Cape Town, maybe go with friends. But I know I could go there by myself, because I know I can do that. But it's risky, especially for you guys. If you have to go there in Kaelisha, you can, like I've been telling you, you can go to any place, but don't go with anything that is valuable. So I can't go in that area. If I want to document those areas, I would have to go with my camera, right? So there's no ways that I can go to Kaelisha without a camera. So you know, I'm very, very on that thing, that I'm always going to be a target in most cases, in most places, because I've got to bring content for you. So this is the reason why I say, when you're in Cape Town, there are places to go, there are places not to go. There are many places that is there in Cape Town that you can simply walk, you can simply vlog, you can simply take your camera with, especially in the city. But I'm not saying you should not be vigilant. You must be vigilant, because those areas are still, anything can happen. But as far as I'm concerned, Cape Town is one, it's smart. The vendors, they are in places, you know, they put them in certain areas. It's not like you find a vendor everywhere. It's one or two vendors along the street, of which is a good thing. Cape Town is quite good. It's clean. There's a trash bin in every corner of the street. So people, they don't litter. That's one thing that I loved of Cape Town. Cape Town is kept clean. It's a good city. That when you go there, you love it there. The weather changes at any time. It can start raining. It can start getting cold. So when you leave home, going wherever you're going to, make sure you carry a jacket. Doesn't matter when you're leaving your home, it's sunny, it's very hot and all that stuff. Carry your jacket because weather can change anytime. That's Cape Town for you guys. So there's this area where there's a lot of restaurants and all that stuff. It's V&A waterfront actually. There is quite safe. The security, there are many securities there, and also a lot of tourists there. You can really enjoy. And those other beaches, Camps Bay, and those other areas that is near those, what do you call it? Where's this other area? I can near Camps Bay. There are nice beaches there that you can go and enjoy. The unfortunate thing is, that's my own observations. The water in ocean water in Cape Town is a little bit colder than in Durban. Durban waters are very warm. Even if the time when you see it's raining, it's cold. Winter time in Durban, the waters are always warm. But in Cape Town, even if it's summer, sometimes the waters are really, really cold. But people, they still enjoy swimming there. So yeah, this is something about Cape Town. I don't know what else about Cape Town. In Cape Town also, this is what you can also go do when you're in Cape Town. You can go to wine fields, Stellenbosch. Those areas, they are very, very, very nice actually. You can go test some wines there and buy your wines and taking them back to your hotels, drink, have fun and all that stuff. It's a very nice place to visit when you are in Cape Town. And also Cape of Good Hope, you can also visit there. Right, let's leave Cape Town now, guys. I don't know if you want to hear more, but I'm just trying to cover as many places as possible before I leave this, before I start reading your comments. Let's go to Port Elizabeth. I've been in Port Elizabeth. People also want to know about Port Elizabeth. Port Elizabeth, I've got a friend of mine who was shot there last year. Crime is really high there. So you need to be very vigilant actually in PE. There are some places that is okay as well, but in the CBD you need to be very vigilant. Many big cities actually in South Africa, I would say that thing is always like that. But it is what it is. You need just to be vigilant when you're in Port Elizabeth. And which areas again? In Pretoria. Let's come back to Gauteng. Let's come back to where I am right now. Pretoria. People wanted to know also about Pretoria. There are a lot of people who say Pretoria is dangerous. There are a lot of people who say Pretoria, things are happening there. I beg to differ on that, because I've been in Pretoria in so many times. I haven't witnessed a lot of bad things. Once in Mandela Street, and that addict, I think, you try to take advantage of me. But those people, they can really do bad if you are weak. They really do bad if you are weak, or just scam you, or maybe they put fear in you, and because you're feared, then you take some money and say, okay, I'm sorry, yes, 20 rand. That's they still fear. They still instill fear in you so that you take out some money you give them. That's the whole point of those type of guys when they are doing the bad things on the street junctions. So you need to be very careful. I think I've got a video of that. I showed that. But Pretoria CBD, I'm less vigilant when I'm walking around there. But you need just to be vigilant. But I'm less vigilant when I'm walking on those streets. And I think I love it there. But the only thing is, it's hot. It's too hot. Pretoria is too hot. That's the thing. I don't know. I think I've done enough of the cities around South Africa, the ones that you wanted me to tell you about. I'm still doing more, so keep watching, and I'll still be visiting those the cities that I've already visited, like Cape Town. I'm still going to be visiting Cape Town again, and Bloemfontein again, and Durban as well again. I'm still going to be visiting, and these other small towns around South Africa, will still be visiting them. So it must be something that you look forward that we will be doing on this channel. So now, I don't know, now to answer some of the things that you might have asking me here. Let me see. How far? Let me see from your comments. Let me see from your comments. Oh, there are a lot. I don't know which one I will. There are a lot. I've got. Okay, let me just try from the bottom side. There is Annie here. Hi, Annie. How are you, Annie? I'm leaving now, but it was great to see you live for a short while. Thank you so, Annie, to be visiting me. It was great having you guys. Thank you so much. I've got. You can ask some questions because scrolling back there is going to be difficult. Ask some questions if you need right now. Then I can see them. We have got. Is that Tabit Vincent? Is the good time to go to SA now? Jacaranda trees are so beautiful. That's true. Very true. Very true. Very true. And that's who's this one here? Annie again. She says, Shelly. Okay, she's answering to these other people. Yeah. I would like to go to South Africa. Can you accept me? You're always accepted. That's a nice one. Can you accept? You're always accepted. There is no place that you should ask for acceptance. Just go. You should come to South Africa. You're accepted by everyone. This is a nice place to be. You should come. Is it safe? These are the things that I've been just telling you. I think I've been explaining on this video. If you can go back there and listen to the video, I think I explained it all well. About how safe the areas is. Costa, I'm scared to take my family and work there. Yeah, it's your, one has to make a decision. Your decision is very important, because sometimes if you go against your decisions, act according to your instincts. It's your right. It's your right by birth to do whatever you feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. If you don't feel like coming to South Africa, do it. Go according to it. But I'll tell you, you are losing so much. The greatness about this country, you'll be losing because of some of the things that you see, that we show on social media. It's not like every area is like that. There's some places where there is peace, where they don't even see those things happening. Like I'm giving you an example of Balito. Those areas, they don't even hear they've got these crimes. They only just hear about crimes maybe when they're out of that Balito. So there are places that great many of them. So don't be hindered coming to South Africa simply because some 1 minute shot or some 2 minutes video of things that you've seen, someone breaking in a house, someone stealing something from someone being mugged, and then you think it's something that is happening everywhere, every day. It's not like that. Some other areas it's just peaceful, but you need to know what's happening in the country. That's what's important. That's the reason why I was just giving you these updates. Can you talk about Kenya? I don't know about Kenya. I can't talk about Kenya, but I'm looking forward to be visiting it. If I can go there, then I'll start it. Then I'll be doing some videos around in Kenya, and then I can tell you more about Kenya. When are you coming to? Who is this one? Oslagia. How are you, Kitty? When are you coming to KZN, and for how long? I can point you to some interesting place to check. All right. I'll let you know, guys, when I'm coming to Durban. But It has got to be this year, right? It's not 2025. It has got to be this year. I'm at this area that I'm in right now, where I'm seated. This is a new home. It's a project that I'm busy with right now. I'm working. I'm building a house around here. So that's what has been taking me a lot of time of not traveling around. But I think I might give some rest on this project and start traveling seriously once again. So just give me some time. When I'm coming there, I will let you know that I'm coming, but it won't be that late. I don't think it's 2 months from now. Maybe it's a month from now, I think. I'm planning to be coming to Durban at any time. So look forward for that. Where is this one? Annie is still here. Okay, let's start with Costa. Costa says, don't want to be ignored, but I lack skeptical, and thanks for your reply. Okay, it's all right, Costa. Thank you. Annie is still here, Costa. Okay, okay, she's replying to Costa. It's fine. Thanks, it's true. And all right, so that was the thing. If let me just scroll up here. If there is something I might have missed, so that I can answer 1, 2, 3 people. What about Uber? This is Vincent again. What about Uber? Are they safe? I heard from a Zim girl that she was dropped in the middle of nowhere and robbed. Okay, guys, let's talk about the Ubers. Yeah, it's something that I need to point out. Make sure when you're here in any place around South Africa, when you call an Uber, make sure you call when you call an Uber, make sure the Uber that comes, he has got the same number, because before the Uber you've got an app, you must call it by an app. You mustn't just see an Uber on the street and then say, are you an Uber? Take me there. You must call it on your app, and when you call it on app, you must check on the driver. You must check how relevant is that driver. The app will tell you everything about that driver who is coming to you. And when it comes, make sure the car that is come is the one that you requested for. If it's not the one, you've got to ask questions. Why is this car that I requested is not? You make sure of those things, because, well, Uber are those transport that people they're mostly using. It's somewhat safe, but yes, since there is crime in South Africa, those things happens. It happens. Sometimes, you get the wrong driver. It's not an Uber driver at all. You think it's an Uber. It's not an Uber. So it's things that it must be. There is no a real Uber driver who is registered under the company who will do those things, because you will get caught, because everything is right there on the white paper. It's written there. He's known by the company. You can easily report him. Yes, done. But that one, it's a fake Uber in most cases, or it's an Uber driver who might have his people, who might have bought some people, or maybe his friends, knowing that you've got something, you've got money, and then inside job, things like that does happen. So you must always be careful when you are doing those things. But there is nothing much to be really afraid when it comes to the Uber drivers. It's a very relevant company. People, they're always I'm always using the Ubers in most cases, and always when there is an Uber, when I've asked an Uber, when a wrong number plate comes, a wrong car comes, I will ask the driver, why is it that? So these things does happen sometimes, that when you ask for an Uber, a wrong car comes, but still it is the same guy. The thing that guy would have registered is this other car, but not the one that you'll be moving around with, simply because maybe you would have taken this other car to maybe for repairing or something like that. Then he uses another one that he has to explain, and he has got to prove it's him. You need to ask that. He has to prove that it's him. How? You need to have the driver's license, anything. He has to prove that it's him, or otherwise you have to drop that Uber and request for another one. You see, something that you need to do. So when it comes to Ubers, all right. So what's this other question again? Let me just get to these long ones. Cape Town, it's Anith, is it? Amit, yes, Amit. Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, just get yourself a travel guide. The first time you come, then otherwise you will be great on your own. It's very true. It's always important, like when you are, yeah, exactly. I wanted also to point out that point, that when you are as a tourist, even if you're not as a tourist, but you're someone who's coming to a certain city and you're a newbie there, get a local, a local who will just have to go around with you, see the areas, get, accustomed to the area around, so that maybe when you want to do it by yourself, you now know where to go, you know now what to do, you now know what kind of people that you're going to be meeting along the way. Then you can do it by yourself. But for the first time, you always to have to go with someone. I don't like the way I do it. I'm always risking that, because when I'm traveling, I'm someone who's very solo in these streets that I go, in every city that I go. Even if I'm a first time to be going there, I don't know what's in me. Maybe it's because I'm a content creator. I usually do this thing very solo, and it's a risk. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Do it in a right manner. Get a local, someone who will guide you, travel guide, someone that you trust will show you the place. Then you can do that. All right. What's this other question again? I was in South Africa. Here comes what's his name? It's this Bertrand. Hi Bertrand, how are you? Are you still in the chat? All right. Here's what he said. I was in South Africa 22 years ago. I love South Africa. Great. You need to. You have to. We have got who is this other guy again? Amit. She says, that's right, straight, love South Africa and proud to be in South Africa. You see, you can see all these, what people are saying is very positive about South Africa. So the only advice I can just give, don't get those clips of the negativity that we try to show you. It's something like myself, when I'm giving you something on my channel, it's because I'm just trying to raise that awareness that you should know what's happening in South Africa, so that when you come prepared. You come knowing what's wrong. Because right now, as you know, the crime rate in South Africa is very rampant. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's not only in South Africa, in many countries in the country. And this city getting dirty is not only in South Africa. I've been seeing so many countries like in Germany. I've got friends who are there, who are doing also these walk videos, showing me those areas where there are, some litter. Even there in America, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. There's some really areas, but they don't show it on media. You understand? But YouTube, wow, because there are content creators like us, they do show that. So it's everywhere. This thing is happening. The old cities, this thing is just happening. I don't know what's happening, what's going on in the world, around the world, but the cities are going under that type of a thing, So yeah. Be careful with the driver. Yes, you're right on that. And there was Africa Power. Hey, Africa Power, thanks to be here, guys. Let me just welcome everyone who has been on this live stream. Thank you so much to be visiting. Thank you so much to be coming to join this live. I really appreciate you guys. Because I'm not going to give a shout out to everyone in this chat. But let me just read these down ones. There is Tibant Vincent again. I love the country. 11 years that I got there. People are friendly, and kids are polite and well educated. That's very true, Vincent. And Emmanuel was saying here, I was in SA last year. A very beautiful place. I love SA. You see what I'm talking about, guys? This is what I'm talking about. Many people have visited. Let me just point this out as well. People, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to come there. But you shouldn't take that for granted. You shouldn't take that to yourself. Be that someone who wants to be there to find it for yourself, to see it for yourself. What these people are talking about, that will it affect you? Don't just be like ignorant and just say, okay, because I've seen this, now I'm no longer going to South Africa. You're going to be losing a lot. because you won't go to any country, because every country has got its negativities. You know, you will hear something about this of Kenya. Kenya is happening like this. You hear something like this about Philippines. You hear something like this about South Africa, something bad. Then you like, I'm not going to those countries. You're missing a lot, because it's not like those things that are happening everywhere, and the same things that be shown will most probably will be also happening in your country that you'll be at that moment, and you will see those things, bad things happening about your country, the same things as of other countries. You see, so guys, when you see that negativity, don't just take it to heart. You go there now, you know what's happening there, so you stay alert. You now know what awaits you in that country, right? So when you go there, you know the places to avoid. You know what to do when you're in those places like that, if you happen to want to go to those areas, just to see. That's everything about South Africa. About the world, about traveling. If you're going to be a traveler. Also, one other thing that I wanted to point out, the travel expense when you are in Cape Town. Cape Town is expensive, terribly expensive, compared to Johannesburg, compared to Durban, compared to Pretoria, compared to these other cities. Cape Town is expensive. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it has more tourists coming there, because Cape Town is flogged by tourists. So you'll find most of things there, they're very expensive. The apartments, accommodation on its own is very expensive. So it's something that you should look on your budget when you're traveling to Cape Town. You make sure that your budget is okay. Your budget is not the same with these other areas. Okay, that's about Cape Town. That's what I can say about Cape Town. My own experience. Here we've got to learn Vincent again. I love the country. Okay, fine. Emmanuel says, I was in last year, a very beautiful place. I love SA. So yeah, that's it, guys. I don't know. I think I'm gonna just leave it here. I wanna thank you, and please just pause a moment, give the live a like, and yeah, I guess, guys, I'll be seeing you in the next one. It was nice having you on this live. I think you now know who's Walk Africa. I don't usually show myself on the camera when I'm doing my walk videos, so I think we now know each other. So I'll be seeing you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.